I watched you speak at Expert Empires a couple of weeks ago, and you were very focused on how you have used AI to open the minds of some of the people listening of how you're using and implementing it into your businesses.
Well, I do a lot of consulting for companies, right? But some of them say, well, John, I can't afford your fee. Okay, now I've got my AI, so let's see if it works.
Hey there, I'm John Lee's AI. How can I help you today?
So I am doing a podcast and I want to promote the podcast. I'm doing my speech. So can you give me some advice on that?
All right, I can definitely help with that. To give you the best advice, could you tell me a bit more about your podcast and the kind of speech you're planning? For example, what's the podcast about and what's the name?
So now it can consult.
Nice.
So people can call me now and just speak to me, but I don't have to be there.
Yeah, and it's got all of your learning
All
and knowledge,
my knowledge,
and all of your videos.
Everything. So this thing here is replacing an AI pendant. So all the knowledge that it gets transcribed into text. Text goes into a knowledge base. AI can transcribe it, summarize it, do whatever it wants with it.
So it's just recording you all the time?
Yeah. Well, so this is like the old version, but the new version is like a round circle and you just stick it on and records everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So because the powerful thing with the knowledge base, can you imagine right now all of the... So I just had an idea for you when you told me. Can you imagine every PA that manages a talent, for example, for every person that they're doing it with, they can actually build a knowledge base for that person that they're managing. Mm-hmm. And now that AI, your real PA, creates a spin-off version of them for that person. So now your one PA can manage 1,000, 2,000, 1,000,000 people.
Yeah.
Right? Specific to them. It's what we call personalized scale.
So just on the CMO piece, it was Nova, was it?
Yes.
CMO? So when you said she's your CMO, what does that mean in your world though? Because obviously, I guess you're not sitting down and having a meeting with her. Is she?
Well, no, I am having a meeting with her.
Oh, okay.
I want to demo this. Hey, Nova, are you there?
Hey there, how's it going?
She's
What's
back.
on your mind today?
So I'm just with Emma Mills right now. I'm on her podcast. I'm talking about you. She actually has her own personal assistant company. And of course, you are my virtual assistant. Can you just introduce yourself to her?
Of course. Hi, Emma. It's lovely to meet you. I'm Nova, which stands for Next Generation Optimized Virtual Assistant. I work with John to help him with his business, making everything run smoother, faster, and more impactfully. Think of me as his supercharged AI sidekick. If you ever need anything, I'm here to help.
So she's asking, do we have meetings every day? And of course, you and I have meetings every day on marketing, right?
Yes, absolutely. We do chat every day about marketing strategies, ideas, and all the exciting things that John is working on. It keeps everything running smoothly and helps us stay on top of all the projects.
So the next evolution of this will be called AGI, which is generative AI. So it'll learn to think like me and then be me. And then make decisions of how John Lee, because everyone's got what we call sentiment analysis. Mm-hmm. So my friend Jennifer Hill's got this incredible app that basically you answer some questions and it tells you the type of person you are and how much risk that you would normally take. So based on the sentiment analysis of that decision that you would make, it would know your risk profile.
Okay.
And it will make a decision based on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine right now, all of your PAs that do all they call people up to, pay for the bills and answer and pay for the credit card and renew the car insurance, all that stuff that really takes up a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So imagine every time they have a conversation, you can remember the conversation. And next time you could basically clone one of them into like 100 people. Right. And they would be able to have their voice as that person call out for them, just like you heard John Lee then.
Oh, wow.
And then basically speak to a utilities company to what's your account number? It will go into a knowledge base. Here's your account number. What's your address? It's got all the information and it's closed.
Wow.
So now you can scale your company that way.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I feel like this is a real life coaching session for me. And how long did it take to get Nova to where she is now?
I've spent a couple of years like building the knowledge base.
Really?
Yeah. So it can answer any question like I would answer. So you'd be able to speak to me now and it'd be able to say what I just told you.
And what does your team look outside of that? Like in terms of the John Lee world? I know obviously Nikki's here with you today. What does it look like?
So it looks like the knowledge base, the team trained the knowledge base, and knowledge base does the execution. Because it still needs to input new things when things change. That's why AI pendants are so important. Can you imagine you put an AI pendant, which is a little thing they wear here, on all 35 of your PAs, and every single conversation I have, all of those 35 goes into one central place, and now that information can be pulled at any time through a master PA AI person.
Oh my gosh.
Now you can scale to like 1 million people.
And are these easy to acquire these
vendors. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's no different than using something like an Otter.ai. Right. But it's just with you. Summarize it. Yeah, it's with you all the time, because like when you have meetings, like when people have meetings, and then you have a meeting for a meeting. It's funny, right?
Yeah.
But now it's all about actionable implementation.
In the public domain, like if we search John Lee, like you've got 2.2 million followers on Instagram. There's a lot of content. So in terms of AI now, and I know you did, you talked about it, Expert Empires, like the content that you're putting out, how much of that is handled, created by AI?
Because I don't mind being on camera, I'm okay to show my face. But a lot of my clients, they say, oh, I don't want to be on social media, I don't want to show my face. And also when you're working with talent, it's hard to get content from them. So then you just clone them. But a lot of my translated stuff is all AI. A lot of our scripts, we use a lot, Nova, like day to day would be like, okay, do a deep search on all the things to do with this topic that's trending right now and give me 5 controversial angles on this. Bang, and let me film it. Come up with the scripts, come up with the angles, come up with everything. And if I want to create B-roll, I can then go to like VO3 and say, let's say we're doing a podcast interview here. I could say to VO3, close-up shot of Asian guy with spiky hair with Emma Mills in a podcast studio, and it would recreate the whole thing. That's why I love doing podcasts, because like I'm feeding my AI with
constantly,
so it knows how to think like me and talk like me.
People listen to this, they've got, let's say, a more generic SME. What would your advice be to them? Let's say they're an accountant, let's say they've got an accountancy practice. Like in terms of adopting AI, is there a particular place you would tell someone to start in terms of leveraging themselves, leveraging the team?
Yeah, AI can kind of fall into different areas. For example, anything that's written, anything that is audio, voice, anything that's video, right? Or anything in between, or pictures as well. So a lot of that stuff can now be automated, but then we also look at processes. So for example, let's say you're an accountant. Okay, what do you need from an accountant? Well, first of all, the accountant's biggest nightmare is going to the client, trying to get all the bank statements, trying to get all the invoices, trying to get into their, financial force or Xero and places like that, trying to get the information.
Yeah.
So imagine if there was a bridge set up between the accountant's AI and then the client's AI. For example, when you go to Starbucks, you're going to take a picture of your receipt, and that receipt goes up, it gets transcribed, goes in, and it's tracking every transaction that comes through, every refund that comes through. So it's happening in real time.
Yep.
And they can just take all of those data, drop it into one place, click a button, and there's your EBIT.
Wow.